Ontario Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie set to make her first major campaign announcement this morning. She is in Scarborough at a restaurant. Let's listen live to the remarks here.
Expensive in Ontario. Your taxes are up. The cost of rent, mortgages, and groceries are up. You're paying about 30% more in taxes today than you were when Doug Ford took office 6 years ago. Families like yours are spending $700 more to pay for groceries. In fact, the price of everything has gone up. Doug Ford has had 6 years to fix it and has chosen not to. You might be choosing between heating your home or buying groceries, or living in the cold or in the dark so you can pay for other bills. After 6 years of Doug Ford, this is what Ontario looks like today. People in this province work hard. You're all doing the right thing. You're paying your taxes, and you put so much into this province. And you're right to be asking, where is my money going? The answer is, it's not going towards helping you. Doug Ford spends billions every year doing favors for his rich friends and insiders. Billions of your tax dollars. You might recall 6 years ago, Doug Ford promised to cut your taxes, but then he chose not to get it done. Doug Ford thinks a one-time $200 check makes up for the cost of living crisis that he created. Well, I disagree. So today I'm here to announce that when I'm Premier, I'm going to stop the giveaways to Doug's friends and cut your taxes instead. As Premier, I'll immediately do two things to put more money back into your pockets. First, I'll cut your income taxes. And then I'll get rid of the sales tax on home heating and hydro bills. This will be the largest tax relief for the people of Ontario in over a decade. Altogether, these tax cuts are going to save a family approximately $1,150 each and every year. That is real and ongoing relief for you and for your family. It's real money back in your pocket to help you afford groceries, to buy your child a new winter coat, or to pay for overdue repairs to your home or to your car. Real savings for real people right across Ontario. It's been 6 years of Doug Ford's giveaways. Now it's time to take back your tax dollars so that your money does more for you. Today is the first step in that direction, and I won't stop fighting for the real people of this province. Thank you, and now I'm happy to take your questions.
Hi, it's Chris Rochelle from the Toronto Star. There's a pretty big price tag attached to this, so how are you going to pay for it?
Well, that's easy. First of all, it actually costs much less than the $200 check giveaway. And quite frankly, we'll just stop the giveaways to the rich insiders. What we've seen is $2 billion going to prepare a foreign-owned mega spa at Ontario Place, $800 million parking lot, $200 million to prepare the site, a break in the rent for a foreign-owned spa, $1 billion wasted just to expedite the sale of beer and wine to corner stores. These are money wasted, not to mention what happened with Service Ontario and all the other deals that he has given his insiders. So we would stop wasting your money, and we would put an end to all those shady deals that, yes, we're going to look into once we become government.
Is that realistic, though? Because a lot of these, there are signed contracts in place. Isn't there going to be a cost to get out of those contracts?
What I'm saying to you is we're going to look into these shady deals that had been made. Billions of dollars of backroom deals, whether it was for Service Ontario or grocery stores, convenience stores, whether it was for Ontario Place, or even shutting down the Science Centre so abruptly at a cost of $72 million.
I'm also wondering about the timing of this announcement. Are you preparing for a possible spring election?
Well, this will be one of the first planks, and what we will be rolling out will be tax-saving measures, affordability measures for real Ontarians. So yes, this is one of the very first measures that we'll be announcing. Thank you, Chris.
Hi, good morning. Oh, thank you. Hi, good morning. Sinead Dougal with the Trillium. I'm just wondering, I mean, the current government is moving towards eliminating the deficit. What are your policies going to do in terms of those efforts? How are they going to impact those efforts?
Well, I've got a lot to say about that. First, let's remember that I was the mayor of the third largest city in this province, and I've never run a deficit, and that would be my intent going forward. This government is the highest spending government on record, a $218 billion budget, the largest debt on record, the largest deficit on record. Of course, they're going to say that they're moving towards removing the deficit. They shouldn't have a deficit in the first place. This is the largest spending government with no sense of fiscal responsibility whatsoever.
And it seems like we're in full campaign mode at this point. Have you decided where you're going to be running?
Yes, I'll be running in Mississauga.
Okay, and what riding specifically?
There are 3 open ridings. I'll have to choose from one of those.
Okay. When can we expect to hear about that?
Probably when the campaign's announced.
Mark McAllister from City News. You are specifically suggesting that taxes be cut for the middle class. You've got 3 separate taxable incomes. It's only that middle section that you're planning to cut taxes for. What about lower income or
yes,
those that
it's
are
a really
above the
good
middle
question,
income?
Mark, and I thank you for that. So this measure, of course, is designed to provide urgent needed financial relief to middle income earners. We're doing so and we'll continue to do so. This is just the first announcement we're making. But let's not forget that based on removing the sales tax from home heating and hydro bills, we'll be saving average families, all families across Ontario, $200 to each family. So there are measures in place for everyone to allow people to keep more of their money, to keep more of their paycheck in their pocket and spend it on what is needed, what are their priorities.
Aside from that, your announcement this morning is also with regard to home heating and hydro bills. You're going to have a lot of environmentalists, some of the people that you're going to be running against, criticizing that and saying that's not where you should be cutting taxes.
Well, I think it's an opportunity to put money back in people's pockets. It's just one of the 2 ways I've mentioned this morning. We're going to cut income taxes for families, and we're going to remove the sales tax on home heating and their energy bills. And let me also be very clear that on my commitment to eliminate any sense of a consumer carbon tax on families or on farmers, etc. We will ensure as a party that polluters will pay, but there will be no carbon tax on consumers.
That said, obviously, this is your first major policy announcement.
Okay, that is the leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, Bonnie Crombie, releasing the first plank of the soon-to-be campaign whenever we, in fact, do get thrown into an election. The speculation is it'll be sometime early next year. Talking about cutting taxes, pledging to get rid or cut your income tax if you're a middle-income earner. Also getting rid of the sales tax on home heating and hydro. And also, she just said, no consumer carbon tax as well. So she painted a quite bleak picture of the province in stark contrast to what Premier Doug Ford would say about where things are. So this is what we're going to be hearing now through whenever that election does happen.